Today, I'm going to show you how I make really, really good coffee in my Bialetti Brikka Moka pot. This is the 4-cup version. I'm not saying this is the only way to do it or even the best way. It's the way I do it, and it makes fantastic coffee. It took me a while. In the beginning, I literally wanted to throw this away. I almost did a couple times because I could not make decent coffee. Barbie agrees. So anyway, here's how we start. Do not preheat the water. Many people online advise to preheat the water. That was a major source of frustration for me. Just take the time and put in room temperature water. I use exactly 5 ounces of water, okay? Not 4, not 6, and I don't just fill it up to the valve. Okay, put your room temperature water in there. Here's your safety valve. A lot of places will just say, just fill it up to right below that. No, 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 no. You will overload and you'll overload this. 5 ounces of water, room temperature, okay? I have an electric stove with this glass top. It's not an induction stove. So an induction stove takes a different device. I preset my heat to 6 on mine, okay? Now, this is just mine, and I've learned this through experimentation. 5 took too long, 7 was a volcano of coffee, okay? You'll have to do the same for however your stove setup is. And then just keep notes. So I started keeping notes, stove heat 5, now I got it to 6, now I know. Okay, next is your beans. In my setup, I know 27 grams. This is dark roast decaf from Thornton's in Beaverton. And so I just pre-measured out. Now, you'll see. I mean, this is very exacting, but this is just how I started. Now, I don't do this every time. I don't measure it like this every time because I can eyeball it and I know. But in the beginning, so that I didn't waste a bunch of beans, so there's 28 grams. This is how exacting we're getting. Okay. 27 grams gets me in the ballpark. Next, grind them. I have this Krups grinder. Okay. Again, on this device, 3.5 grind is the proper grind. You want them fairly fine, but it's not an exact science until you figure it out on your system. Okay, so some people say, oh, not as fine as espresso, but not as coarse as press pot or pour over, blah, blah, blah. You're gonna have to figure it out for yourself. And it mattered to me big time, just a couple of clicks either way, okay? So grind your beans. When that sound starts in the morning, now I know coffee's coming really soon. Okay, so coffee's in here. It's easier to declump your coffee. I'm sure that's the technical term that all baristas use, declump. But it's easier to do it in here than in the basket. So I get in here with a fork, and I break up any clumps, shake it around. And all of this is to make sure you don't get any spots in your coffee basket that don't flow coffee through it. You know, you want this even, not clumpy. Okay. Now again, this is going coffee nerd crazy. I'm sure coffee tastes pretty dang good just throwing it in, but when I was having problems, I had to address every factor. Next, take your basket from your Brikka, okay? And fill it up. Do not tamp it, just fill it up. Shake it around a little. Shake it around a little. I do it in the sink so that all my, okay. So see, there's a little bit extra coffee here. It's okay if it's mounded a little bit. Okay. Make sure that edge is fairly clean right there. Okay. So that's it. Do not tamp and do not see how it doesn't mound up over the top very much. Okay. Now, take that and put it in your pot. One-handed, do not spill this, Jason. Okay, it's much easier if you have two hands. Okay, so we've got that, and then put the brick top on it here. I gotta put it down so I can tighten it. How tight? Kind of. That's as technical as I can get. On mine, it stops right about here, but that's just snug it so that it creates a seal. And then out here. And then put that on your top. I put mine on the edge so the handle doesn't get 10,000 degrees, but make sure that it's touching right there. And then it will take about 6 minutes. Don't get impatient and crank your heat up, thinking that will go faster. It will go faster, but you can also create a volcano out of here that will just blast, boil over the top, burn. Not fun. Okay, you're better off going low and slow. And then after a minute or so, you'll start to hear it just a little bit inside, like steaming a little, and there is a pressure valve right here, which is the secret. And but just pay attention. Over time, you'll kind of learn how your system works. Put this over here like this so you can see the logo. You can hear it. I think we're getting close. No action yet, but when it does, it only takes a few seconds. There we go. I heard the first little pop. Wait for it. There we go. And I take it off the heat pretty dang quick here. Actually, I'll turn the stove off. There we go. There we go. The valve closed shut. Watch this into my favorite mug. Boom. That is a great coffee. Now, the crema, the foam that forms on top, some of it got knocked out right when I poured it. That is greatly affected by the freshness of your beans. Don't expect a crema like espresso. This thing doesn't create enough pressure for that, but it does create a little bit. This doesn't have much. My beans may be getting old, but that's all relative. Trust me, the flavor here is fine. And then you can, from here, make whatever you want. Thin it out with hot water for an Americano. I usually do a cappuccino with oat milk, because I'm trying to watch my cholesterol and my fats, my cream intake. So oat milk, steam it up in here, whip it up with one of these hand blenders, learn how to do the whatever. But this is a great coffee right there. Enjoy. Go. That's hot. Damn it.